How are you? Wherever you're watching us from, Karibu, welcome to yet another exciting episode of Churchill Show, my journey, my story, and we're so glad that you could join us. And thank you so much for your feedbacks and comment on all our social media pages. We really do appreciate. So this week, you've requested we feature the story of NAZIZI, the First Lady. My goodness, she's been there. Necessary Noise, East Africa, Bashman Crew, and now Mashariki. And over and above that, now as a mother and as a radio presenter, so much is happening in our life. You're going to love the story of NAZIZI. Come along with me. Upon the mic.
My name is NAZIZI Hirji, aka Naz, aka the First Lady, and my newest name now, the Roots Daughter. I'm a performing artist, I'm a radio host, born in Nairobi Hospital, so I'm a typical Nairobi person. I grew up in a couple of places, but like what I remember most about my childhood or the times that I could remember was moving here to Runda with my family when I was about, I think, 7, 8 years old, and it was just coffee plantation everywhere, no neighbors, no friends to play with, just me and my late brother Firoz, and that's how we got really close. We only had each other to play with until I became a teenager and discovered hip-hop, and then I discovered the other side of town, you know, K-South, D, and Buru, and like all the fun places where you would go in Onakuta. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of art, there's a lot of cool things happening. So where, you know, where the real fun was. And yeah, I went to school also in Westlands. I went actually to Consolata for 8 years, standard 1 paka 8. I was in Consolata Primary School. From Consolata, I moved to Aga Khan Academy for about 1 term. And then from there, I went to St. Austin's Academy. And then from there, I went to International School of South Africa. That's where I completed my O-levels. And then I came back and was here for quite a while. But yeah, my childhood was quite interesting. My parents would travel a lot and would take me and my brother with them. So I got to see so much at a very young age, which I'm super thankful to them for. I would say growing up, I was not the outgoing, talkative person or someone who you would notice easily. No, I was that kid who would sit like backbench, try not to get noticed, very shy. I couldn't walk through a crowd of people. Like if kuna wase walikuwa wameka kwa njia, like I'd see them, they're there and my gate is next. I would rather walk all the way back around so I don't have to pass the crowd of guys. I was that shy, and so people who know me from my childhood super shocked to see me on stage or performing because they're like, Naz was so shy and so quiet. How would she do that? And people who really know me till now from my childhood also still know that I can be still shy when I'm not on stage. Like, I think being on stage is what brings out the NAZIZI, you know, and then when I'm off stage, I'm back to the one NAZIZI who was growing up quiet and stuff. And growing up, I was into sports. That was my main thing. I loved soccer, I loved basketball, I loved swimming. I like singing along to songs, but it wasn't something that, you know, I would focus on so much when I was younger. And my mom and my dad, actually, as those parents that I would say were quite liberal, like growing up, they were not very strict Muslim parents. They were strict, but not in a very religious fashion. Because my dad is Ismaili and then my mom is, you know, Sunni. So they did teach us about religion, but it wasn't so harsh. But what I remember about my childhood is my mom always panicking about where I am and who I'm with and what I'm doing. Like, that was her number one thing. So we had this rule, like if you're not home by 4 o'clock, you have to call and say where you are. So nilikuwa nikimpigia simu sometime and uko wapi, naambia niko D. Oh my gosh, she would just start panicking. Di unafanya nini uko di? Do you know the kind of people wako di? And those kind of things, you know. And she couldn't understand why her daughter is leaving the safe yard at home to go out there and mix and mingle with people who she doesn't know. But that was just me finding myself. The funny thing is, my first memories of music was at my dad's parties. My dad would have these big parties all the time, and he would be playing reggae, be playing all sorts of music. But the minute I showed interest in being a musician or an artist, it was like, no, 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 no. You're not. Our daughter can't be a musician. Like you need to focus. Sahau mambo ya muziki. Yet they're the ones who influenced me because they used to play music all the time. So it was so confusing for me. And the first time I ever heard Bob Marley or UB40, Eddie Grant, any of those artists was from my dad and from my dad's parties. And he had this a big collection of music that I could always listen through. And so he's a great influence when it comes to my musical taste and the music that I listen to. But it really took him a really long time to accept that I want to do music. And right now he's one of my biggest, like, I wouldn't say one of, I'd say my biggest fan is my dad, for sure. My mom has her moments still. I think she still wishes that I would not have done it at all. I feel like she feels, she just doesn't understand how did my daughter, first of all, become a Rasta, and then how did my daughter become a musician? Like, what did I do to make her go that way? And then she has her moments where she's totally supportive and appreciates what I do. And I guess that's just how mothers are. And being her only daughter, I feel like she really wanted a girly girl, someone who can go to saloon, someone who can go shopping for heels, someone that can do, you know, all these girl stuff. But then, mimi ndio niko. So she had to sort that part out. Yeah, so that's my parents. They're really amazing, and they've really given me a really good foundation when it came to socializing. You know, I'm able to sit with all sorts of people. Something very interesting about my childhood is my father would pick us from school every day, and he had, you know, wazee, they have their local or the bar they go to before they come home, and we would join. So he would take us and we would have to do our homework in the bar. We would really have to get everything correct, by the way. He was such a interesting guy because he would be there drinking with his friends, checking on our homework, making sure he's teaching us what we need to learn, and then we'd get reward, like we'll get chips or soda, or we'll get like coins to play games, pool or whatever. By the time we finished school, I knew like almost so many bars. And one of the bars that the bouncers, the owners, and everybody knows very well is Clubhouse. Before it, that time it was Parkland's Shade Hotel. And so I've seen Clubhouse from when it was just small to all the construction, to everything, to actually some of the security are still there now. They remember us from, you know, from primary school. I find that interesting because what it did was it showed, my dad showed us, it wasn't everyday Parkland's Shade. Sometimes it was Kigwaru in, or some random weird place that my mom really disliked. And but it taught us so much of dealing with people from every background, and yeah, I'm so thankful for that.
So, Naz. Umesema mtu wa kwanza kupeleka K1 was your dad.
Yes.
Bless you.
Totally my dad. Parkland's Shade.
Parkland's Shades. Mm-hmm. My goodness.
Before it became Clubhouse.
Yeah.
So that's my dad. My dad is a character. He's such a character, but I'm so glad that he took us, because when we were growing up and then teenagers wanasema naenda K1, tunaangalia like there's no other place you wanna go. Your place imetubo. We've been doing homework there.
My goodness. So you still remember Sammy?
Of course. Sammy knows me very well, knows my dad very well, and he knows my family like since I was that young.
Where's your dad?
My dad actually is here in Nairobi. He's had quite a tough year. He was in hospital twice this year. I was super thankful that he made it through. He was really, really sick, and but he's somebody I know he would also love to meet you. He has stories for days. I think when you meet my dad, you'll see a lot of me in him, because I've spent so much time with my father, and I think it's rubbed, a lot of him has rubbed off on me as well, yeah.
And mom, Metila?
Mom, she's totally opposite from me. She's so like, soft-spoken and so, you know, just a typical nice mama, you know?
Yeah.
And she's just amazing in the sense that she's the best grandmother you can ever imagine. Like, she puts in her heart and soul to her grandkids. She's like the #1 support. I remember when Tafari was a small baby and I had to perform. Yeah. Like, she was always there, ready to stand in if I'm traveling, if I'm what. She will stop everything. And I was like, Mom, why didn't you show us that kind of love? She said she was saving it for her grandkids. So my mom is, she's so amazing. Imagine you just missed them. I don't know. And I didn't even tell them that y'all are coming. And maybe if I did, they would have stayed back, because
by the way, that would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome, yeah.
With all this construction. What is happening?
Oh my gosh.
For the last 2 years, myself.
Yeah, we moved into this house when, you know, I feel like sometimes you make decisions that are really guided by God, you know? Yeah. This is just before the pandemic, you know? Yeah. And I got tired of paying rent, and I was like, look, we have a project that's just been lying there for years. Let's just make the move. Yes. You know, no matter how hard it's going to be, let's just do it. So it was quite hard, I won't lie to you. Waking up, unasikia tu kelele, fujo, and then you want to stop them, but you're like, if you stop them, then you're paying for another extra day of work. So it's like, oh, I want to sleep, but I want the house to be finished. So every day I used to wake up 8 a.m. The #1 thing you hear is do. So mpaka sai. But thank God now the construction is moved a little bit away from here. But yeah, I'm thankful, because in everything in life you have to take a risk. This was one of my biggest risks that I've had to do recently, and I'm just thankful I took it.
It's a beautiful place in a beautiful neighborhood. Nataka tupige story ya Tafari.
Okay.
Yeah. Anacheza ball sahi.
Tafari ameenda ball sahi, and he plays ball like 4 times in a week.
Okay. Yeah. And the little one?
And Jazil.
And of course, you have to tell us about Adam. Adam nimemwona around. Bless my room
when I wake up early in the morning. Say a prayer and I'll be okay. No need for always get lazy. You better stop yawning. Ask for guidance, never go astray. Now that you got your Jaja protection, release all your tension. It's watching over you all day. Get to you to better pray. You better pray. And watch all your problems just fly away.
Oh yeah, tell them we'll be right back after the break.
We'll be right back after the break.
Hello, hello, how are you? Let me introduce you to Nivida Homes, a 2-minute walk from Garden City Mall. Get yourself this beautiful state-of-the-art 1, 2, and 3-bedroom apartment. Experience 1 acre of green space with jogging tracks, recreational area, swimming pools, both for adults and children, a rooftop club, and a gym. This is Nairobi's most exciting development so far. The show apartment is open weekdays Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Nivida, the real estate partners you can trust. Kenya
Woy, that Kenyan. It makes me heart skip a beat like boy. The way he move on the dance floor, boy. He's an original Kenyan boy.
NAZIZI. Yeah, right here on Churchill Show, my journey, my story. Mchana mrembo kutoka Lamu, hebu niambie mambo ya Amu.
Mazee nimemiss Amu sana. Oh, that's the one place kwa hii dunia na filigiani everything is okay. When I just touch down, even Adam is like, kwani hii place ukufanya nini? Because you just change. Like, everything is fine. Hata ujam. You don't get pissed off. You don't get angry. You're just happy. Like, it's that one place my spirit feel yani peace. And I'm so happy that there's that one place because I've traveled everywhere in the world.
Right.
I've gone to every corner. But that Lamu is just a place where my spirit feels home, peaceful. Everything's gonna be fine. Last time I was there, I had a shock because you know in Lamu there's no cars. It was just donkeys walking, na maboat na nini. But then all of a sudden, sasa ni beep, 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 beep. Every time nangalia nyuma ni boda. So that's a little bit annoying right now. But the good thing about it, the people are so friendly. Hakuna wizi, hakuna drama. Everything is so slow. Like mtu wanai ukifika hapo na una mbio zako, unapigwa tu stop, relax. Hakuna mbio hapa.
Chill.
You find yourself on a chill.
Uko ni home pia.
It's actually a lot of people think that's where I come from, but no, I made that my home, unajua.
Okay.
Of course, I've got Swahili in my blood, from my mom's side, but the family is mostly in Mombasa. But Lamu for me was just the place where I went. You know, the funny thing, I went there the first time, and the next time niko nimehama. Nilihama. I went once, and the next time I moved. I took Tafari, I took the family, and we went. So it was like, I didn't even know where I'm going. Mi nilituma tu do, mtafutiani tu nyumba, and then nikatuma vitu zangu. So me, I'm being shown, here's your house, here's your things. And nikaanza tu hivyo for like 4 years I was there, you know. And awesome. I went there because, you know, after being in the industry for so long, you start feeling a certain way. I mean, for me, it was from 15. Now I'm a mom. I've never had time for myself. Nikiwa kwa street, mtu akiniomba picha na mkasirikia. Yani naona, watu wajachoka na picha zangu. Naanza kukuwa na feeling ambaye haikuwa normal. So I thought, it's time for me to have a break. It's probably getting to me, and I just need a break now. So when I went there, it was the best break I ever had. I was able to spend time with Tafari, the critical age, unajua ya 1, 2, 3, and pia ikanifanya tena nianze ku appreciate Nairobi tena, and my fans again, so that when I came back, I wasn't getting pissed off when someone was asking me for a picture, an autograph. It was like, okay, you know, it's fine. But before that, I was starting to lose it. Unajua uko clinic na mtoi mse anaomba picha. It's like, man, can you see I'm trying to be a parent here? I'm not trying to be a celebrity at this moment. Unajua alafu wengine nataka picha mtoi time una breastfeed. Ama just weird things. And it's not, I know they're not doing it out of malice. Sio ati wanakufanya maksudi. Wao pia wako excited kukuona, so they don't know how to react. But trust me, mental health for artists is something that's super important. People don't discuss it. Watu wana expect wewe kama artist ni superhero. Wewe utadeal na kila kitu na you're just gonna deal with it. You don't care how we're gonna deal with it. And for me, I realized I haven't had my teenagers. When my friends were being crazy, me, I was being told by Ted and David, you're a role model. Tufanyie hizi wazimu ma teenager wanafanya.
Usichome picha.
Usichome brand. Exactly. So I wasn't allowed to be a crazy teenager. I was to be responsible. I had to be NAZIZI, the role model. By the time I was 18, I feel like I was so mature. Like I had to think everything nafanya and kwa naangalia hii itajenga brand, itavunja brand. Unaelewa? And now the pressure from 15 years, and now I was 30.
And you've never lived.
Yeah, and I don't even know who NAZIZI is apart from music. Who Naz ni nani, unaelewa?
Nimba producer na kushape in certain way.
Wame-kushape, yani paka. And I'm so thankful for them because without their guidance, I don't know what kind of person I'd have been. I remember having many conversations with Ted, telling me, but you're a role model. I'm like, mi sijasema nataka kuwa role model. Me nataka kudu music. And he's like, but you see, Naz, it comes with the territory. If you're gonna do music, automatically people are gonna look up to you. So you have to just recognize when you role model. Upendo spende. So I feel like all those years of that constant pressure it started crumbling down on me when I gave birth to Taf.
Was that after winning all these awards? Ile ni Pearl of Africa Music Awards?
Yeah.
That was in Uganda.
Yeah, that's Uganda. The Channel O Award, we won 2 awards that night. It was Best Directed Video Africa.
Which was?
Kube, East African Bashment Crew.
Bashment Crew.
Yeah, and it wasn't even Fire Anthem. Or it was Kube, which is, I think, a song not so many people even know in Kenya.
If you like to select us, that's a big tune called
We had been nominated in about 4 categories, okay? At the ones we thought we were going to win, we didn't win.
Yes.
So what happened?
Including Bashment.
Yeah, we thought we would, like, you know, we were expecting to win maybe East African Video, which we didn't win. And then it was remaining the 2 big awards, which we were absolutely sure we're not going to win. So what did we do? Tuliondoka kwa awards. We were actually heading out of the awards. Yeah. And then tunasikia East African Bashment Crew. So we had to come running back from the entrance.
Na nyinyi mlikuwa zenyu pia.
No, because we were like, kama tumeshindwa kugetia East Africa, sisi sasa tutapewa best of the whole big, because that was the biggest award. So we were like, man, watapea wase wao. Tukienda, hii awards imeisha. You get.
Buchapa ya Bashment.
You like that
I
song?
like that
the Fire Anthem song. Huh?
Yeah.
In Daddy Place, Rude Girl, Step Up, No Man Can't Tell.
Rasta Ganas. Sasa ndio huyu unapepea vizuri. Ukaamua Taf.
Yeah, actually,
what happened?
Mungu aliamua, and it's a funny story. Waire, his wife, was expecting also around then, and we were on tour in Germany.
Yeah.
Na nakumbuka nikimpeleka shopping ya mtoto wake.
Diapers
no, tulikuwa tuna buy my label, you know, the little Jordans, the little Adidas, nini. I was so excited that Waire is gonna have a boy, and you know, I kept telling him, lakini maze kukua artist Chalini is such a good thing, because look, your wife is expecting now your tour. Asa ingekuwa mimi singeweza kuja kwa tour. Yani ingebidi ni stop kwanza muziki. Because all this time I'm telling him all that, I have no idea I'm expecting.
Nice.
So tulipishana na miezi 3 tu bina Waire. And the whole trip, you know, I just kept feeling getting unwell. You know, I was having those normal symptoms. Morning sickness, but someone was telling me sijui ni maji ya Sweden na kwa gambaya mwingine
na bado unapiga drink.
Yeah.
Unapiga drink.
See, unajua, the thing is, but of course for me, I'm not like someone who's been heavily into it. But you see, when you're on tour, first of all, diet, amukuli poa. Unajua mnakula tu majunk manini. You're sleeping late. You're not really taking care of yourself. And that's what I was so scared when I came back home and I went for my medical checkups, and they told me, first of all, you're 13 weeks. Can you imagine? The whole first trimester ilikuwa imenipita. I was like, what do you mean? 13 weeks. And then I go, they do a scan, and they're like, yep, 13 weeks. That means 3 months and a week. I actually had some complications. I had to be induced because with my health issues, then I got preeclampsia, which is high blood pressure during pregnancy. And I've had this issue in all my nannies. So I was nervous. I was very nervous. But thank God I had a normal delivery, and I had a healthy baby, no problems. You know, I really give thanks to the Most High for that. And yeah, there I was now, a parent of a boy. And I was like, my life changed, you know.
Ulipoambia Baba Taf, you're expecting a baby after tour. Alisemaje? Guess what?
So guess what? So the baby was born, and he looks like Chinese. And I'd come from Manila, Philippines. And he kept looking at the baby like, are you sure about this baby? And I'm like, yo, this is your baby, if you like it or not.
Yeah.
When party time, because he came out with really small eyes and he was looking Filipino. Imagine, na nimetoka tua ingine imetoka huko
Na unasema ni 3 months, na
But
mmekuwa huko 3 months.
yeah. And then guess what?
Yeah.
He's actually right now a photocopy of his dad. Like, you don't have to ask twice. Like, by the time he was 1 month old, he was just a typical copy kabisa. I give thanks. He's also very much like my late brother.
Okay.
He's in between of his dad and Firoz. A lot of people who knew Firoz, when they meet Tafari, they're like, this is Firoz mwingine, unajua?
Yeah.
And I think that gives my mother a lot of comfort, because she was very, very close to Firoz, and she really, she took it very badly. She had a very, I can't explain it to you, but she had a very hard time getting through that, losing her son. And when Tafari came is when we started seeing life in her again, you know?
Yeah.
She would wake up, she want to do things, but before that she was totally depressed. She had given up. She was, she was very unhappy. So I'm so thankful that he came. He came at the right time, because as an artist, when is the right time to have a baby? You will never have the baby, because utakuwa unapanga kila siku, mara album una release, mara kuna hii tour, mara kuna hizi gigs, and of course management are there looking at you like, where usitulete hapa stress. This is a business, don't stop the business,
Yeah.
So
you are the business.
Yeah, so I performed all the way till 7 months.
Yeah.
And as usual, I keep my pregnancies a secret. That my pregnancy didn't show until I think around 8 months. That's when I got underground. But of course, the minute he was born, the news spread like wildfire everywhere.
And now we have another one. After how many years gap?
Imagine, after 10 years, another surprise,
Tell us about Adam and your new surprise.
Adam. So Adam, actually, we've been together for about 3 years, going on 4 now.
Yeah.
He's amazing, first of all, with Tafari. Him and Taf, they're inseparable. They love each other so much, which is a big, I think, for me, and I think also for women who are in new relationships, who have a kid with a previous person. The number one thing you want to see is the connection of your child with this new person. I've been super protective of introducing someone I'm dating to Tafari, but Adam from beginning just showed me that, he's there for the long term, and he loves Taf and supports Taf. In fact, they have such a deep connection that I get jealous sometimes. I'm like, he sends Adam WhatsApp. I'm like, Miss Patagi, my WhatsApp message. What's going on here, Something that also we haven't shared with anybody at all. Maybe like nobody except for the family, is that we also recently got married. So you're the first person I'm sharing the news with.
Big up.
So I'm the queen of secrets. We do everything underground.
And the second born,
Jazil Adam.
And how I knew Adam is an amazing guy. When the crew came in here before, akawakea chai, akawaorganizia majuo hapa.
Yeah, Adam, he's a super supportive guy.
Very good guy.
He was modeling before we met. He had his own thing going. Yeah. But when he joined our family, he kind of put everything on hold. Yeah. And just became the number one support system for me. And for me, that's such an amazing thing, because not everybody, especially, the male ego.
Yes.
The male ego is not an ego to sit down and support the lady for what. No, you don't. It's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. And that's what I really respect.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's why, like, I think we're very newly married. It's not even three weeks yet.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
You're in honeymoon.
Honeymoon where? We have the baby, but yeah, he's also a great dad, like to Jazz, which is also amazing. And I just love how you have a plan of your life, and God has a better plan for you.
Tuimbe wimbo gani?
Situations ziko nyingi, zingine ziko poa na zingine hazishiki.
Tension.
Bona drama tu kwa wingi, kila sabala na sijaishi miaka nyingi.
Tension.
Nikienda mjini, look like a suspect juu hadi chini.
Tension. show imefika break. Tension. Na tunarudi saa hii. Tension. We'll be right after break. Hello, hello. How are you? Let me introduce you to Nivida Homes, a 2 minutes walk from Garden City Mall. Get yourself this beautiful state-of-the-art 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartment. Experience 1 acre of green space with jogging tracks, recreational area, swimming pools, both for adults and children, a rooftop club, and a gym. This is Nairobi's most exciting development so far. The show apartment is open weekdays Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Nivida, the real estate partners you can trust.
Hii track inaenda kwa wazi wote wa ma3, dere wa ma3, konda wa ma3, pia kama unapanda ma3, necessary noise.
Boy, 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 that Kenyan boy make me heart skip a bit like boy. The way he ma move on the dance floor, boy. He a original Kenyan boy.
Yo, why rate the love child, NAZIZI.
Nilikutana na yeye nikipanda 23 kwenye bus stop akinicheki secretly. Jamaa was so fly, yo karibu mini bleki. Akapanda ma3 karibu nami kaketi. Immediately sikungoja sikuseki nikajidai. Excuse me, una fegi. Got his attention sasa poa mambo deadly. Ni aje chali, vipi unaitwa nani? Mina itwa Naz na Burundi mtaani. Where you going to? Unashuka pande gani? And if you don't mind, turn around mtaani.
Oh, Naz. Maze mlikuwa mnaandika lyrics.
Yeah,
Na
man.
bado mnaandika maze.
Ooh. That was all we did.
Churchill Show, karibuni bwana, welcome back, welcome back. Maze runda mpaka mna mahindi. Naz, runda mna mahindi.
Unajua rasta ni rasta tu. Ukimpeleka pa where utakutaka shamba.
Maze.
Utakuta unaona tuko na cabbage, tuko na spinach hapo, tuko na nini.
Kana na ya bin.
Hi. You bought me pizza. Thank you.
Sasa ndio huyu Taf.
Churchill.
Taf, how are you, Taf? Good to see you. Thank you. That's so nice of you.
Thank you. Can I get a hug? Thank you. Bye.
Mzee wa Liverpool, you never walk alone. Aya. Sasa.
Put it for me now, darling.
Mweke.
Thank you.
Asante sana.
And then ask Maureen and Rose if they have set water for your brother's bath quickly.
It's a nice one. Kabisa. For a brother ko kabisa.
Sana. And also Tabia, and then they've gone to the same school, even Firoz alienda St. Mary's.
Yeah. So this is mom now.
Watu wamefuatana.
Your dad amesema anaenda kufanya nini?
He's going to drink with his friend.
Amekuja kaona kamera pia.
Till drinks.
Ndo mimi huyu mom. Wacha salimia, wacha tu stop interview kwa. Asante sana mom. Asante sana. Karibu sana. Na tumeshukuru. Asante.
Hi ma. You good? Dad just was here to drop stuff. You seen him? Yeah.
Wamekutana njiani. Akasema anaenda zake.
My parents have been divorced for over 20 years, I think. But they are best friends.
Then they came back.
No, they're not back.
But they are together.
No, they're just bested to what you all story to the best.
That's it. Si dada ametoka hapa sahi.
Yeah, si wao kwa hivyo utakuta hata wamekaa wanapiga story nini hawana noma.
Na wame divorce. Na kila mtu ende zake.
Asa unajua because we are a small family, you know, we were 4 and then now Firoza kaenda, now tuko sisi watatu, so it's like we're forced to be around each other all the time, unajua. Kila mtu ana mambo yake, but we always
You have to be together.
Yeah, we always have to be together. And for them, Tafari was the biggest joining factor because like now Taf ametoka, you see, soccer, me time says in peak because naenda job, so dad has to step in and chukue. And then now because I'm going to work, Now mom has to step in a kind of jazil, you know. So it's like the grandkids imefanya now. They have to just be around each other. There's no option.
God unawavilana waki vitu zake.
Yeah. I love it. That's why I said we always have our plan and then God has his plan.
I like that.
Yeah, so that's amazing always.
Radio. How's radio and how did you find yourself? Mimi nilishtukia Naz ndio kwa radio.
Hata mimi nilishtukia hivyo. Yo, let me tell you, Churchill, like if there was one thing, like I wouldn't even in a million years say I'm gonna be on radio. Like I'm gonna be working on radio as a host. It's something that never crossed my mind. It's something I never imagined in a million years. And so when I was called in for the interview, I was so confused. I kept asking them like, mimi ndio mnataka nikuwe presenter. And you know, like Elijah Girimani was doing the scouting and stuff for the presenters. And he was the one convincing me that, Naz, you got it.
Yeah.
Like, we see it. Like, hata kama we ujaona. And then let me tell you something. Me, I'm anti-machines. Mambo ya machines, buttons, I've never been interested. In the studio, Waire was the guy who would like to know how to the mixer works and what. Me, I'm like, Mike ni
talent.
Naweka vocal zangu, naenda. Waire was into like learning to mix to what. So, first and foremost, I'm picturing me running a desk
this
huge with all these buttons, and I'm like,
so Tom Japana kwambia ndio hiyo. Ofisi ndio hiyo.
TJ. But you know, I'm thankful because they saw something that I didn't see.
Na ulikuja andikwa?
Sijai andikwa in my entire life. Nani sijawai andikwa. So it was a battle in my mind. Like at this age, sasa ndio nitaanza kuandikwa.
At this age, man.
And then again, nitakuwa nafanya kitu sijaifanya before. Then kuna training. Then kuna ile, you know,
you hate
discipline. And then there's a discipline ile you have to be somewhere every day.
Every day.
At a certain time. It was quite hard for me to switch my mind to that kind of thing. 3 years now. I can't even imagine it's been 3 years.
And you're doing so well.
I've learned a lot.
It's like you are born for radio.
Coming from you, that's amazing.
It's awesome.
I'm super thankful for the opportunity that they gave me and for Tom and them believing in me that, you know, and of course to big up to Vibes Radio because it's music that I love. And it's a genre that I love. It's reggae, it's roots. I've interviewed some of the biggest artists, you know, Kina Etana, Kina Conscience, Kina
and I love the way you connect. Your lingua ya Kijamaica ulijuli hapi.
I've got a lot of Jamaican friends, especially the ones who repatriated from Jamaica to Ethiopia. So I've gone to Ethiopia so many times, sit and reason with them.
Can you talk like a Rastafari?
No.
Like a Rasta girl. Like a Rasta girl.
No.
Kidogo.
No.
Asema uko na mimi basi ki Rasta girl and you watch Churchill Show. Hiyo tu.
Yeah man, me there so with the man himself, Churchill Panda. Churchill Show. You don't know. Keep it locked. Yes.
You don't know. And now you know.
And now you know.
After a long time, mtoi amekaa wa pili. Such a lovely kid by the way.
He's such a cutie.
He's such a cutie.
I fall in love with him.
You're talking about your brother.
Oh, you should see how happy Tafari these days kwa photo zake, tuko tukifighting naye a smile. You smile in every picture. Siku hizi mazee akiwa ameshika another smile inatokea paka I'm like, this is all you needed was a brother so you can smile.
How old is he?
Jazz is now 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah. And
sasa huyo mwingine na hope utakaa sana.
Jano.
How many more do you want to have?
Honestly, I wanted to have like 4 kids and that's because checking from my history, it was just me and my brother, 2 of us, afu nikabaki alone, you know? And I always miss having that connection with my brother. So I always wanted to have at least 4 kids, but things happen. And sahi nimefika age ya 40 man, you know 40 and giving birth in women aziingiani sana, but you know Mungu ndio anajua kila kitu. If I could get more kids, I'll be super thankful and happy, and if not, I'm happy with my 2 boys, but of course Baba Jazz wants a girl, wants a daughter, so you know. And kuna hiyo ugonjwa ya mnatafuta daughter mnaproduce 2 boy. I don't want to get caught up in that. But yeah, so Mashariki,
Mashariki.
is combination between me and a Tanzanian artist whose name is Mofire.
Who's Mofire?
He's a very talented guy who has never released any music. His hope and dream was to do a collabo with me, and that's how I met him. So Better Day is our brand new single. It's available on all
Better
platforms.
Days,
And
The
we
video
just
is
released
awesome.
the video.
The video is awesome.
The video is on my YouTube channel, NAZIZI Hirji. And we just dropped the video just a couple of days ago. And for me, I just hope that people get that message and really, really support More Fire, because everybody knows me. And I have my fans and my fan base, it's solid, but it's not easy for somebody at 39 years old coming out with their first single in this industry. It's not easy. And he's a very talented guy, and I think like when people listen to him, they'll realize he's one of those authentic voices. Unajua kona sauti poa sana. Why Mashariki was, of course, Mashariki means East, so it's an East African combination, but also the sound that we came up with is not totally reggae, it's not dancehall, it's Mashariki, it's an East African sound.
Flavor.
Yeah, so we've got some music that's a very African sounding, then we've got some reggae, Afro reggae kind of vibes there. So, you know, every song you listen to on the Mashariki project is gonna have a different vibe to it, and we're planning to release the EP in about 3 months or so. And yeah, Better Day is the first single, and the second single is also gonna be coming up in around 1 month.
So before you give us the chorus to Mashariki, your handles, social media handles.
All right, my social media handles at NAZIZI Hirji on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook it's NAZIZI with capital letters. So you can link me there anytime.
We got it right there.
And yeah.
una hali vya kuzavitera ugenge wake.
It don't matter anything, then they rough and tough. Tomorrow's a better day. And when you feel like you're down and you feel like you're giving up, there's no other way. So usijali vitu zimekuwa rough and tough. Kesho ni better day. Ukisikia uko down, don't give up. Usichoke.
What's the guy's name again?
It's a Mofire.
Mofire.
Yeah, and
Mofire
the song is Better Day.
Better Days, Mashariki. Hebu weight loss kuliendaje tukimaliza hapa mazi. Na leo ilikuwa siku yako ya boxing.
Yeah, today was my boxing day. So I told you when I was expecting Tafari, I had a health complication inaitwa preeclampsia. It's high blood pressure during pregnancy, and it's very dangerous for the baby. 3 weeks before he was due, I just went for my routine checkup, and they told me, yo, your blood pressure is like 200 and something. It's putting the baby at danger, so now we have to induce you. You have to have this baby now. So I was like, what, now? He's like, yeah, but tomorrow this time you'll be a parent. And I wasn't ready for another 3 weeks was his due date. Churchill, I've never looked at myself through weight. You know, people would say, hey, Naz umegain, ama, hey, Naz squeeze ni aje. Like, whatever people would say, I've never been bothered with what people say about my weight. I've always been super confident in myself, how I look, what my weight is. I've always been confident. But when it came to now, my health, you know, when the doctors are saying you need to lose weight because, look, even when you're pregnant, you're putting the baby at risk. Now, that's what kind of hit home for me, that, oh, man, I need to do something. If I want to be in Tafari's life for another 20, 30 years, you know,
you need to do something.
I have to do something. And the smallest I've been when I was training really hard was 85 kgs.
Wow.
And now I've found the balance between keeping a healthy weight and not overdoing it, because there was a time I was eating, sleeping, drinking gym. That was all I did. And also that...
you went hard on yourself.
Yeah. And also that is also, you know, can be negative sometimes.
Any final word you want to say, because unakimbia studio?
Oh, yeah, man, I'm going to be late. My final word is just, you know, for everybody to take care of yourself, your mental health now. If you feel like things are hard for you, talk to somebody. I know COVID-19 has stolen so much from us. It's stolen our social life, our jobs, you know, our family members. And it's quite a difficult time for the entire world. But always have faith and believe that things are going to be good. And don't bottle up feelings of, you know, disappointment or pain. Don't bottle them up. Talk to somebody. There's always somebody to talk to. it's easier to tell somebody to stay positive, but not give them the tools to stay positive. There's a lot of people ready to help, a lot of institutions now giving free counseling and stuff like that. I really encourage people to do it because I know the effects of having depression or anxiety, and a lot of it is coming out now when we're locked up in the house. We have no escapes anymore. We can't be doing our normal thing. So to everybody, man, keep your head up, keep pushing, keep going. Whatever challenges you're going through, it's never the end. As much as it feels like it's the end, it's never the end. And you have a purpose. God put you here for a purpose. So keep pushing on and keep going strong. And for me, I'll just say thank you so much for supporting me for the last 23, 24 years of my career. I just wouldn't be NAZIZI without the love I get from Kenya, and I'm super proud to be Kenyan because of all the love I've been having consistently. No matter what I'm going through, they're there to support me, and I really don't take it for granted. I appreciate it. And also to you, Churchill, thank you so much. I've been on your show a couple of times, and I really love what you've done for the industry as well. So thank you for all your hard work.
This is awesome. You've been opening the doors to your place.
Karibu sana.
Ulikuwa retired 40?
I was too retired 40.
What happened? What happened to sister to Rasta girl?
Seems like I got a couple of years left.
COVID imetuonesha mambo. Maso ulikuwa umesema 40 ukifika.
Yeah, my plan always, and my friends used to laugh at me, Naz, you retired 40. I'm like, I've been working since I was 15.
Yeah.
When you guys were partying, I was working. So I deserve to retire early. It seems like 40 figured with a new job. So I'm doing the new job for now. But the new retirement age is 50. Crossing fingers. By 50, inshallah.
So you want to introduce your new jam, the newest, Mashariki?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, up next is a brand new song from me and More Fire, Mashariki, and the song is called Better Day, dedicating it to all the Churchill viewers, people who love Churchill. This is for you. Enjoy.
Enjoy Mashariki by NAZIZI and
More Fire.
More Fire from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Even tumamaliza. Tumamaliza.
Big up.
Big up. Ungeongea kile ki Jamaica. We finished. We gone.
Yeah, man. Big up on yourself. Thank you so much for tuning in on the baddest show, Churchill. We'll see you next time. Bless and love.
Bless ya. Yeah. Yeah. Bless ya. Oh, Nas.
I tried harder. You tried harder. We tried harder. Keep trying harder. Nimeamka asubuhi niko zangu umawahi kutafuta simbi ili iwe better day. Mwanamume unatakiwa uitwe Mr. Kupe, sio niongeze moja tutaona na baadaye. I want you, mimi ninasema nawe, usitegemee fanya life iwe. I want you, mimi ninasema nawe, usitegemee fanya life iwe. Fanya life iwe, fanya life iwe. Vyaguza vitera, ugenge buke. Uwe una hali, vyaguza vitera, ugenge buke.
It don't matter anything, then they rough and tough. Tomorrow's a better